at Google. When I first started, there was just so much to learn. Right? You have to learn source control, working in a team, unit tests, all kinds of good stuff like that. And basically, I was just learning for the first 2 years. I was just very happy picking up stuff. And then one day, I realized that I'm not sure what's the next step. It's very easy in the beginning. You go to school, you get a degree, you get a job, and then you learn the ropes, and then you are an engineer. And pretty much I hit quarter-life crisis. I suddenly realized that I have no idea what I'm doing. And what did I do? I read lots and lots of books. I don't know how many of you have heard of these books. You name it, I've read it. All the self-help books about how to get ahead, how to be a leader, how women speak, how men speak, how to toot your own horn without actually being annoying. And today I'm just trying to summarize everything I learned in 5 minutes, and I think I used one already. And the most important thing is you need to develop your voice. Voice is a very interesting word because it encompasses so many things. Voice, vision, direction, whatever you want to say, essentially is what you believe in, what you stand for. And then voice also means that you have to project it and let other people know what you're trying to do. So one difference between people who have found a voice and people who haven't is that the ones who found the voice will speak. So lesson number one is just because someone's speaking doesn't mean they know more. And how many of you have been in a situation where you're talking to somebody and you have this brilliant idea, and then he just said something and you just dropped it. Just dropped it for no particular reason, except that he spoke first. And somehow, the reason that he spoke first just because he knew that he has a voice and he can use it. Be aware that you also know something. He may know something different, he may have a different perspective. Yes, maybe he actually is right and you're wrong, but that's very rare. Usually, everybody has something to contribute. So knowing that, how do you actually develop your voice? Ironically, where I started was actually in email. Email is a nice medium because it's asynchronous. You don't have to think on your feet. But in fact, just don't think. I mean, I don't mean you don't think. Essentially, what I started off is I'll write an email and then I'll delete out all the words that says, I think, I believe, maybe we should do that, etc., etc. You need to be stronger than that. That's what I learned from one of the books about how men and women speak. We probably know about the same thing, but we like to hedge. We like to put these little words like, I think, maybe we should do that, and then it will just come out weaker. Like we dampen our voice. Don't do that. I mean, yeah, you think in the background, but you don't have to say that you think. You just assume that you thought about what you talked about. And then, once you are working up with that, then try to reply to group emails. There's this interesting phenomenon, which is the more your name is seen in an email thread, the more people take you seriously. You slowly become somebody. Just math is like, oh, Chiu-Ki sent something. Chiu-Ki sent something again. Almost, half a year, then you're like, hey, she probably knows what she's talking about, which may not be true, but use it to your advantage. Reply to emails. Don't go like research and figure out exactly what is 100% correct. Just tell them, oh, if you want to figure out how to run unit tests, you should probably check out this directory. That's what people have been checking in for a few years. Doesn't mean that you have to know that it's exactly that, but give them pointers. Don't waste your own time, get them to do stuff. But have your voice, having sent to groups, a lot of people know about it. And then sit at the table. Do you guys go to group meetings in your company? Yes, I suppose. Where do you sit? Usually there's a table in the middle, and there are like lines of chairs in the background. Who sits in the background? Okay, you are too shy to admit it. But somehow we like to bring our laptop and just sit in the background and, I don't know, I'm at the meeting, but not really. No, you're already wasting an hour. So show your face, sit there, sit at the table. And in fact, if you try this, I guarantee you, something will change. Sit next to your boss. The power will just seep through. Somehow people see you, you have the guts to sit next to your boss, and probably she's somebody to reckon with. At least that's, also what happened was that my boss would just turn around and ask me for my opinion. I don't have to actually shout. He'd just say, hey, Chiu-Ki, what do you think? And I just said a sentence or two. It's not like I have to make a speech, but then I make a presence. That's how my voice slowly gets developed. And as you develop your voice, you actually need to learn to say no. After a certain point, people will come to you for opinion, for your help, for your expertise. Learn to say no, defend your position, only work on things that you care about. And then you have to explain to them why you don't care about the other things. But that's also a very, very important skill to have. So hopefully my little tips and tricks are useful to you and you can all find your own voice. Thank you.